Welcome to the forecast. To my right, we have AP18 himself. Alex, how you doing?
Hello, everybody.
And to my left, GW himself. Garrett, how you doing? Garrett?
Hello, everybody.
Garrett is on assignment. He is watching Superman, the anniversary. What is it, 25, 35 years? One of the two.
I thought it was 30.
1970 something. So it possibly is 35. He's watching that in theaters as he shows in his clip, probably by himself. All of the theater all by himself, but that's where he is. And me and Alex, the train does not stop just because we got one passenger off the side. We threw him off. He didn't have a ticket. Here we go. Conductor Marvin and security guard Alex telling you the comics coming out for the week of December 5th, 2018, the first Wednesday in December. We are winding down. Only a few Wednesdays left. Image Comics. Here we go. First, Blackbird. Number 3. That is Sam Humphries, Jen Bartel. Nina thought magic was just cool spells and hockey eyes. But magic turned out to be so much more. Don't miss this issue's heartbreaking cliffhanger. Alex, is that a book you have picked up yet, or is that one that you ordered?
I actually have received my issue 1, and
right.
It's good. That art is really strong. I'm not sure yet what to think of Humphrey's writing, but all you guys ever said was Green Lanterns was amazing, so I'm willing to give this book a longer chance to impress me. So I haven't received my issue 2 yet, and issue 3 will be en route later. But I am excited to keep getting this book. I think a part of me is interested to see if Humphreys really is a good writer, especially on a book that he wanted to write and something that he cares about. Because I think he cared about the Green Lanterns run, and that's what made it so strong. So I'm on this book for the long run, unless Humphreys burns me.
There you go. Next, Bully Wars number 4. This is Scotty Young and Aaron Conley. The war games are in full effect, and it's a bully free-for-all. With Edith and Ernie running the control room, Rufus has an edge, but Hawk and his crew aren't quite dealt with, and Spencer gets caught in the crossfire. Alex, how's Bully Wars going?
Unfortunately, I have a feeling this is going to be a long list of books that I'm telling you guys I've read some issues but not caught up on. I love Bully Wars. This is one of those books that with Scotty Young on the helm, I can't get enough Scotty Young. He's just, ever since I Hate Fairyland, he's on Deadpool now. He's doing Bully Wars. There's Middle West, which I haven't read yet. He's doing a lot of things. He's going to be the next Jeff Lemire for me, right? A lot of things that are all good. And every cover of Bully Wars, I get the variant, which are always spectacular, and they're always the variant by Young. Oof, top notch. Love this book, and I think Garrett would attest this is a strong, strong book. This is something I actually think, and I realize I say it a lot. Marvin, I think you'd enjoy this book.
Bully Wars, all right. Die number 1, this is Karen Gillan, Stephanie Hans. The Wicked and Divine writer Karen Gillan teams up with artist Supernova, Stephanie Hans, for her first ongoing comic. Die is the pitch black fantasy, where a group of 40-something adults have to deal with the returning unearthly horror they barely survived as teenage role players. And if Kieran's in a rush, he describes it as goth Jumanji. That only captures a sliver of what you'll find in this oversized debut issue, where fantasy gets all too real. So there you go. It's a new Image number 1. There's a lot of them this week, so keep on listening here for Freeze number 1. That is Dan Wickline, Phil Chevy on the art there. The entire human population is frozen by a mysterious global event, all except Ray, and only he has the power to unfreeze them. Now, with the fate of the world in his hands, he must figure out what is going on, how to set it right again, and answer the question, does everyone deserve to be saved? Continuing the streak, Prodigy 1 of 6.
No.
This is Mark Miller and Raphael Albuquerque. Edison Crane, not content with being the world's smartest man and most successful businessman, his brilliant mind needs to be constantly challenged. He's a Nobel Prize-winning scientist, genius composer, Olympic athlete, an expert in the occult, and now international governments are calling on him to fix the problems they can't handle. That is Prodigy, Mark Miller, and Raphael Albuquerque. That's something I'm excited for. I didn't even know that was coming out.
I knew it was coming out, but only about 2 months ago did I know it was coming out. So this is one of those books I'm actually excited to get. I won't be getting it for a while, but I'm excited to get it.
Another image number one. Here we go. Continuing the streak. Self-made number one. This is Matt Groom and Eduardo Figueroa. Introducing a new creative team. Everyone will be talking about a superstar talent writer and artist when chaos besieged the kingdom of Arcadia. Warrior Amalda Satali sees it as her chance to escape her clearly defined role and to change her destiny. But when she could never have predicted that it would also be her chance to confront her god, in this debut editorial role, comics veteran Kyle Higgins gives his intimate, world-spanning story of self-discovery. So Kyle Higgins getting into the editing kind of role there. So I'm excited to see what we get from that. Unnatural number 5 of 12. This is Marco Andolfo on art and writing. Second act of Marco Andolfo's summer sensation begins here. Alex, how's Unnatural going?
I unfortunately haven't gotten issue 4 yet. This is one of those books that I actually really enjoy, but I'm all about those anthropomorphic animals. Love seeing me animals that can talk. Way to go! It's like turtles all the time. But I'm not caught up on this. This is one of those books that all I ever say is good things. I wish I could tell everybody that this book is amazing, but I don't know yet.
Alex, there you go. Behind on some books here. So we'll see here.
I'm gonna save you time on most books.
LaGuardia number 1. This is Nita Okafor and Tana Ford. Set in this is also Dark Horse Comics, new number 1 from Burger Books. Set in an alternate world where aliens have come to Earth and integrated with society, LaGuardia revolves around a pregnant Nigerian-American doctor, future Naforo Chikabuka, who just returned to New York City under mysterious conditions after smuggling an illegal alien plant named Let Me Live through LaGuardia International Interstellar Airport Customs and Security. She arrives at her grandma's tenement, the New Hope's apartment in South Bronx. There, she and Let Me become part of a growing population of mostly African and shape-shifting alien immigrants battling against interrogation, discrimination, and travel bans as they try to make it in the new land. But as the birth of her child nears, the future begins to change. What dark secret is she hiding? There you go. New Dark Horse number 1. Umbrella Academy, Hotel Oblivion number 3. Gerard Way, Nick Falari, Gabriel Ba on the art and cover. Alex, you caught up with this? Is this something also we're behind on?
Well, to be fair, I actually did promise everybody that I would get caught up on it, and I am caught up on volume 2. I actually did read that. So the first book that we read was obviously for our what do you call it? Our book club, and it was spectacular. Volume 2 was weird as shit. It was great, but it was so weird that even I was a little like, what did I just read? And I think I found that Umbrella Academy is a stronger book if you get to read all 6 issues as one big book. So I think I'm going to wait and actually give the whole rundown of the 6-issue run when it's done. That way I can give you a full, in-depth love for it.
Oh, that sounds good. I think actually I would agree with you reading those back to back. I don't know if I would have stayed on reading just one issue. That's something that comes fully formed. You need to read the whole thing. So that is Umbrella Academy. Moving on, DC Comics. Here we go. Detective Comics, it's originally known as. Adventures of the Super Sons, number 5. This is Peter J. Tomasi, Carlos Bernini, Art Fabert, Dan Mora on the cover. The Super Sons need a break after the space adventures of the past few issues. John and Damien take what they think is a peaceful diversion to what winds up being a miracle machine planet, as tends to happen in deep space. There, they get a look at their potential future selves, including a surprising preview of Parenthood. Alex, you caught up on this, or is this Garrett only?
It's just the Garrett book.
Well, all right, that's just a Garrett book. But Batman 60, that's a Marvin and Alex book. So Tom King, Mikhail Hanin, Batman takes on a new partner, and it's the Penguin. After rejecting Bane's crime boss co-op, Copperpot finds himself in the crosshairs of some very teed-off villains. The feathered feline turns his old foe to snitch on Bane's scheme, but has to prove his intentions to avoid a bat beatdown. Along the way, this Gotham odd couple begins to bond. Could there be a new bird joining the Bat family? Not if Bane has anything to say with it. Did you get a chance to read 59 of that?
Sorry, hang on. I'm actually shameful to say no. I was like, why don't I remember what happened in 59? I didn't read 59 yet. It's on my stack. I'm so ashamed. I think everyone needs to stop listening to me ever talk about books.
I believe that came out the week of Thanksgiving, and I actually haven't read it either. I saw it on my list to read, and I was like, oh yeah. When we were reviewing books the other night, I was like, oh, there it is.
I mean, to be fair, it's a Tom King and Haneen issue.
I'm sure
it's going to look amazing, but my only concern with Tom King's writing when it's Haneen is the repetitive or the weird poems that make me think way more than I should.
We'll see. I have a feeling this will be a good arc, but once again, we only read one issue of this arc so far, and I enjoyed that, so we'll see what we get. Doomsday Clock number 8 of 12. This was supposed to come out last week, pushed back to this week. Jeff Johns, Gary Frank. The critically commercial hit series by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank continues, following the shocking revelations of the last issue. As the truth behind Dr. Manhattan's actions against the DC Universe are revealed, Ozymandias turns to the only being who can stop him, Superman. Alex, how's Doomsday Clock doing?
It's good. I think, unfortunately, I'm not a Watchmen fan, and I realize you can read this book even if you don't really care about the Watchmen. But I feel if I was a Watchmen fan, more like Garrett or even you, Marvin, I think I'd enjoy this book more because all these characters and all these nuances that I've been introduced to long ago would be more exciting for me. Like, I don't care for Ozymandias. The actually two characters I enjoyed the most out of this book are Mime and what's her name?
Marionette.
Yes, those are my favorite characters in this series right now. They're so strong and they're just scary as crap.
I actually am really enjoying this series. So much so, I read a few back to back. In my transition from physical to digital, I actually I can't locate an issue that the last one I got physically, and I have the digital one sitting ready to read, and so it does pain me. I can't find it. I'm thinking I might have to break down and buy another copy digitally so I can catch up on this thing. But what I've read so far, I find very fantastic, and actually am really, really enjoying it. Gary Frank's art does not hurt. It's great to look at. I like the style. It's realistic, but yet not super static. So it is something that I do see, even though it's touting this big revelations and all this even on a basic scale. I think the story and plot is very entertaining, and I do like seeing what is going to happen. That's something like, I think for the first time, not the first time, but the first time in a while, a story where anything could happen and I have no clue what they'll do. Like, I have not even a theory what's going on. Not what's going on, but like what will be the outcome of this. Like, for me on this one, it's a ride that I'm willing to go through with Jeff Johns, and it's just good to have him back in comics. So, Green Lantern.
Well, I think for me, a part of it I think a part of it for me, though, is I'm excited to be a collector, or even if nothing else, not even a collector, but literally reading this comic book as it comes out and being that part of history, because this is literally a continuation, or at least a sequel to Watchmen, correct?
Yes, technically. Yeah.
Other than that, before Watchmen, this is the only thing they've ever been in, so this is pretty exciting as just a comic book fan.
Green Lantern number 2. This is Grant Morrison, Liam Sharp. Someone is transporting a mystery cargo out of the Great Void, and it spells trouble for the universe at large. Hal Jordan interrogates a member of the Spider Guild for answers and uses his pheromones as an interrogation tool. But can he extract the info in time? Meanwhile, Volga Roar makes a play for Earth when its Emerald Protector is off-world. This is a book that I really did enjoy the first issue, and I am really looking forward to the second issue. Alex, what about you? I think you were more lukewarm on this, right?
I'm unfortunately not a Morrison fan. Again, like Garrett and Marvin, this is like your cup of tea. Marvin loves Green Lantern. I am one of those guys that I'm really trying to like some of these books that we're getting, and I'm trying to be on that same wavelength as you guys. First issue was fine, but it wasn't really something that, at least first issue wise, isn't making me want to stay on. But like just hearing that little bit of what this issue will contain, it makes me interested, and it kind of makes me excited to see Hal Jordan not necessarily being this unstoppable will, but to actually be a space cop, I find interesting and exciting. So I'm hoping that that's the way we keep going with this book. And Liam Sharp, good artist, and I guess I'll have to see how he does. I'm used to seeing him draw Batman big and buff. I gotta give credit to this man. Knows how to draw lips on a person, though.
So what part of this interests you? The spider's pheromones? Is that what got you?
Of course, that's what got me. I heard spiders were in this book, even though I'm afraid of spiders. Spider people are cool.
Justice League 13, Alex, I believe this is James Tynion IV and Gilliam March. I believe that you haven't read the last few issues, but I wanted to ask you a question. Are you going to skip the last few issues just to get this? This is the first one that's not tied into Drowned Earth.
I think I'm actually caught up on this one because I think issue 12 was the last one of Drowned Earth.
Okay.
It wasn't good, but again, if you're reading the collected Drown, then it's worth it. I want to like JL. It's, again, a repetitive record right here telling you I want to like these books, and I want to give this book as much chance as I can because it's got all these things I'm interested in. I love the Justice League characters, that they interest me, and the fact that we're focusing on bad guys, as the title suggests, Legion of Doom. Bad guys are what makes heroes, other than their moral stance on everything. The bad guy tests them and gives them a reason to show how strong they are. I want this book to be amazing. I'm just waiting to see if I find that one. All it takes is one issue to impress me. I got to see if I can find it.
Martian Manhunter, number 1 to 12. This is Steve Orlando and Riley Rossmo. No matter what you know about John Johns, you're not prepared for this. The acclaimed team of writers Steve Orlando and artist Riley Rossmo re-team for a reinvention of the Manhunter for Mars in this twisted, unexpected series. Back on Mars, John was as corrupt as a law officer can be, and when a reckoning comes for his entire society, he'll get a second chance he doesn't want or deserve. One shocking murder and an unexpected fragment of the Mars he lost will change his life in the course of Earth forever. As the quote on the cover from Tom King says, brilliant, bold, and bloody, Orlando and Rossmo use thrilling superhero noir to explore identity and alienation in modern America. When's the next one come out already? So there we go. I need number 1. Does that interest you at all, Alex?
I think 1, Tom King saying something makes me interested. 2, I am all for that Riley Rossmo art. That I'm fighting the urge to pick it up.
I think I'll check that out. It sounds different enough, and I like Martian Manhunter to try it at least.
I am interested enough in the team. I'm not a big fan of Orlando, but he has done some good stuff, and I am all for Riley Rossmo, so I think I too may give this issue a try.
Nightwing number 54. Do you get Nightwing, or is that just Garrett now?
Just Garrett.
All right. Well, Scott Lobdell, Chris Mooneyham, the repercussions of the cataclysmic events of Batman 55 continue. As the scarred Dick Grayson has given up his vigilante persona in favor of normal existence, a new job, new friends, new life, all compromised when a safe house full of old nightwear gear falls into the wrong hands. There we go, Nightwing. So who is Nightwing? Lobdell is on it now, so I wonder how it's going. We'll have to ask Garrett next time.
Look at that sweet B cover. That's awesome.
All right.
That's a good cover.
Red Hood Outlaw, number 29, also Scott Lobdell, and Pete Woods. Batwoman joins the fight. Alex, how's it going?
This is good, but I think, unfortunately, Jason Todd, for me, is not a strong enough character to be on his own. He's trying to be this Punisher. He's trying to get answers. But you know what I really enjoyed? I like Jason on a team. And I know we're working our way back to Artemis and Bizarro, but they've been away for like 4 issues, and this book to me is for me personally struggling. I would enjoy this more watching them be the Outlaws again. Not even having to fight crime, but just getting that friendship and that family-esque feel. And I think that's what I want from this book more than the ass kicking. There
we go. One more DC book, one that's been in the talks for a while. Shazam number 1, Jeff Johns, Dale Eaglesham. The superstar team of writer Jeff Johns and artist Dale Eaglesham reunite to launch the first all-new Shazam. monthly title set in the DC universe in almost 20 years. What took you guys so long? Teenager turned superhero Billy Batson struggles to balance school and super heroics. Guess which one is more fun? And when Shazam unlocks a shocking secret deep within the Rock of Eternity, it challenges everything he knows about the worlds of magic and his family's future as its champions. Also, witness the bizarre team of Dr. Savannah and Mr. Mind as they set off to build society on their own. Don't miss the start of an epic run in the making as Shazam and the Seven Realms begins. They've been talking about it for that while. New 52, they were saying, hey, Jeff, you're going to do a Shazam series, and it looks like we're probably going to get it. It's a big week, Alex. Is that something that you want to check out, or is that something you can hold off on?
I think this is something I have to check out. This is one of those books that, like you said, it's been 20 years since a book has been specifically named Shazam for it to come out. I think if I'm not on this book by the first issue, yeah, I'll maybe drop it after, but I at least want to give this one a try.
I think I'll check it out too. That is a book there've been kind of rumors about it for a while, so that is a book that I am interested in. And also, as I mentioned before, on Doomsday Clock, Jeff has came back, and I really enjoy what he's doing, so I'm going to check out and see what he does with the book that should be the opposite of Doomsday Clock, which is just a book that's going to be fun and very light. So I am very excited to check that out. Marvel Comics, here we go. Deadpool, number 7. That is that Scotty Young Alex was talking about. Nick Klein, get naughty. Deadpool gets his most difficult mission yet. Take out Santa Claus. Alex, what do you think? Deadpool versus Santa Claus.
What a dick move to take out Santa Claus. I'm sure that Santa didn't bring him some katanas or didn't bring him Desert Eagles, and now he's taking it out personally. And at least that's what we're going to find out. He was hired to kill Santa and to find out it's a personal thing. And I think that's one of those things that only Deadpool can do. He can break the laws of any physics, any world he wants, much like he did in Kill Stray, where he's killing Moby Dick and Tom Sawyer and all that jazz. I am excited for this issue, and I think a part of it is that I almost love Christmas-esque books because they're either heartfelt or they're just so stupid that they're good.
Especially Scotty Young taking that on. I think that would be interesting to see him with that story. Anybody else, I might think it might devolve into just being stupid, but Scotty, I think, will make it heartfelt yet kind of funny. So, Defenders, here we go. The best defense. Immortal Hulk number 1. The best defense starts here. Al Ewing, Simone Demoy, Ron Garney on the cover. Stephen Strange is dead. A shard skeleton in an abandoned barn on the edge of a deserted town. Bruce Banner wants to know why, and he won't stop until he knows the truth, has the truth in his hands, with or without the Immortal Hulk. Also speaking, Defenders number 1. That is the second part of the story. The best defense part 2. Chip Zdarsky, Carlos Magno, the monarch of the oceans, has declared war once more on the surface world in the page of Avengers. And if the war Namor means to win, he is going to need allies to stand beside him. The submariner's quest for the lost tribe of sea dwellers carries him further than he ever thought possible to a reckoning both strange and wonderful. And hey, what's up with that weird apparition in a sheet anyway? So this is the Defenders mini they were talking about, and it sounds like it's in continuity, but also sounds like it might just be not a story that really is having to do with all Marvel, just a little section. What do you think about that, Alex?
I was not interested in this book to begin with, but then again, talking to you about it, and you're going to be getting both these parts, it interests me enough to get the Namor issue. And I figure if I'm going to get Namor, I might as well get everybody else just so I can get that whole little 5-issue run. Because I think Namor is one of those characters I want to like. It's much like Aquaman, where I feel like I'm missing out on something. This character is so important, even though he doesn't usually get his own book. There's so much to him that I actually want to be a part of that world. No pun intended on Little Mermaid.
So there's 4 Defender books, which are individual characters, and then the 5th one, which would bring them all together. So right. I am interested. I mean, it's just going to be 5-issue mini, so that is something, especially these characters, I do like seeing these guys interact. Like you said, Namor too, like he's not a character that, when he gets used well, and he's a kind of a character that normally can't handle his own book, at least in today's day and age, so it's good to see at least a one-shot by him, so we can get a little insight into the Namor. Immortal Hulk, speaking of Hulk, number 10, Al Ewing, Joe Bennett, Alex Ross on the cover, as always. Gamma Flight was too late. Shadow Base is infiltrated. Crusher Creel is damned. And the one below all walks upon Earth, excuse me. Now in the place he was born, the Immortal Hulk is the last thing standing between the world of the living and the Green Door. I know, Alex, believe this book we felt kind of dropped recently. I'm hoping we see a return to form. Did
you read issue 9?
I think I did. Did we talk about issue 9? Maybe I didn't.
No. We talked about issue 8 where they're chopping them up. Issue 9 has Absorbing Man in it.
Okay, I remember that for some reason, but maybe I never finished it, or maybe I just don't remember it. What do you think?
I actually liked issue 9. 9 was... It kind of got back into that horror-esque, because I'm going to spoil it for you, I'm sorry. Absorbing Man was given this I don't know the right word, this thing that he can absorb and make into his own body absorbs gamma rays, and so he goes to fight Hulk. Well, he absorbs the evil father figure from Hulk, and it splits Absorbing Man in half. It was actually kind of scary how the issue ended, that I'm actually rather interested to see how it ends. So I might at least give this issue 10 an opportunity to either wrap up a story or keep me intrigued enough or horrify me enough to be like, okay, this is still where it should be.
Yeah, I think I'm still on board, even though the last couple issues really haven't done it for me. The beginning arc was strong enough. I'll stay on for a little bit more. Al Ewing, I like him as a writer, so I'll wait and patiently see where he goes with this thing. Killmonger, number 1 of 5. This is Brian Edward Hill, Juan Ferreira. The brutal tale of a man who will stop at nothing for freedom. One day, Eric Killmonger will rise up and attempt to steal the throne of Wakanda, the throne he believed he is owed. But long before he was Killmonger, there was a boy called N'Jadaka, as I say it?
N'Jadaka, I think.
A boy who was stolen
because I think there's a DK. Daka, yeah.
A boy who was stolen from his home and taught only the world's cruelties. A boy who knew the Black Panther only as a fairy tale, a whisper from strangers. This is the story of a man who is driven by revenge. This is the legend of Killmonger. You know, Alex, this week is going to kill me, man. Every single one of these books so far, there's a lot of heavy hitters this week. Brian Hill, which we enjoy. Juan Ferreira, which I enjoyed on Green Arrow. Killmonger, which is a character that I recently liked a lot. It's just a mini. I don't know. I want to get it so badly, but there's a lot of books coming out this week.
I think if I'm going to get Killmonger, there's something else I can't be getting this week then. I guess I'll have to see what I have going on.
We'll have to reevaluate. You know what they say?
If I'm only getting 10 books, then maybe I'll get it.
You might have to roll the dice and see which one you're going to get. Marvel Knights 20th anniversary, number 3 of 6. Donny Cates, Tinny Howard, Jeff Shaw on the cover, Damian Coero on the interior arts. Bruce was happy in his life at peace, but that was before the notes came every night, scrawled in childlike hands, driving him to seek out. By the way, Marvel, these aren't bullet points, but here we go. Driving him to seek out others like him, the blind man, the lie officer, the self-defense instructor. Together they must probe the very dark parts of the soul on a quest for identity, a mystery that can only be unraveled, a threat that can only be challenged by knights. Alex, what do you think? How was the issue 2?
I forgot issue 2 even came out. I have it. I just haven't read it. I tell you what, there's way too many books coming out for the first week of December. I'm sorry. I moved farther down the list. There's still 4 books left in Marvel.
I know. That's what I was thinking too. I was just thinking, man, right away in December. I'm guessing that the late half of December has nothing with the holidays coming up. So I think they're front loading this thing. I mean, yeah, I hope. I have to look ahead and see. But here's a little Christmas cheer for you. Merry Xmas Holiday Special. We have here on the book Carla Mind the God, Chris Sims, various Chris Anka, Mark Filia. These is 25 holiday tales of merry mutants, one for each day of December 1st through 25th. What does Magneto do for Hanukkah? What is Rogue and Gambit's first Christmas like? Is Jubilee truly the master of navigating halls through the holiday, or during the holiday? These questions and more are answered all your favorite X-Men and more creators that can shake a jingle bell at come together for a holiday special that lasts all month. So That's actually only $5. I'm surprised. 25 stories for $5. That is not a bad deal. Also, though, not really interested. But I mean, if you are into the X-Men and you want a holiday book, a lot of people want to know like those specials. Go ahead and pick that up.
I think, unfortunately, I like the X-Men a lot, but I found that I don't enjoy the X-Men books that are coming out anymore.
Well, I mean, like that book there, you would really have to be like, oh, I want to get this. Like, you really have to, I don't know, be invested in those characters at this point in the game to be like, I want to get that book because it's the people that I like.
Sure.
We'll see. I don't know. Venom number 9. This is Donny Cates, Ryan Stegman. The smash hit of the summer continues with Venom No More. Enough said. What do you think, Alex? Venom number 9.
That cover's awesome. Looks like a Venom dog. Wonder if we got a hold of Thori from Thor. Venom has been really good, and actually I liked issue 8 was a strong issue. I'm glad that the last arc, 7 and 8, didn't expand longer than 2 issues. I think that would have been too long and almost deterred me from this book. I think Donny Cates knows how to add myth to a legend, and so I'm hoping that on the long run this is a strong book for him. I'm not sure. I liked the first arc. I thought those first 6 issues or 6 issues were great. 7 and 8 were kind of slow for me. I mean, 8 was good, but 7 really kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. I'm hoping 9 gets back into the zone. AutoZone. That's right. I took a joke from Brian Michael Bendis's infamous Iron Man. I don't know. I'm hopeful for this issue. I think it will be good, but I also don't know what to expect from Donny Cates on this run.
West Coast Avengers number 5. This is Kelly Thompson, Danielle DeNuccio, Stephen Caselli on the cover. City of Evil begins. Alex, have you caught up with 4? I just realized that 4 must have came out because I didn't read it.
I think I read 3. Is 3 the one where Kate's strapped to the chair?
I believe so.
I think. Okay. Then no, I haven't read 4.
Did we like lose a month here or something like that? I don't know what's happening.
What?
I said, did we like lose a month or something? I don't know what happened. All these books I didn't know came out. All of a sudden now we're issue ahead.
You know what it is? We did lose a month.
Yeah, we did.
Because November, I think we only got together like 2 times. So
that might be true. Actually, yeah, we had a holiday special in there and or Thanksgiving. So yeah, you might be correct there. Winter Soldier number 1. This is Kyle Higgins, Rod Rice, the team from Dead Hand. Bucky Barnes believes in second chances, having escaped death, the loss of identity, and a life of murder. The man known as Winter Soldier has worked hard to atone for his sins, but now he's going to go one step further. What would you do when you found redemption? You help others do the same. From Kyle Higgins and Rod Rice, both also worked on Cowl together, and Damnation, comes the next chapter. In the saga of the Winter Soldier, he's becoming a fixer, working to help others leave behind lives of crime. It's Bucky's way of channeling his own pain in a productive, personal way, by helping others find the redemption that he found. However, as Bucky is going to learn, not all paths are the same, and not everyone can be saved. Alex, what do you think? The team of Cal and Dead Hand taking on Winter Soldier.
I'm interested, but I'd much rather get Killmonger than Winter Soldier.
Well, that's your trade-off then. Winter Soldier is one of my favorite characters, so I think I might get this instead, and then we'll let each other know how it is.
I'll do Killmonger, and you're getting Winter Soldier?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of books this week, Alex. I mean, normally the 3 of us struggle over make sure we don't pick the same pick of the week, but this week there's a lot to choose from, so what are you looking forward to?
Marvin, I don't even know. There's so many freaking books to pick from that I don't even know what the right choice is, because actually a lot of them look great. They sound great. I think I'm actually going to say probably Killmonger number 1. I think it's a character that in the last year since Black Panther came out, I was introduced to. I think Michael B. Jordan really made that character somewhat a character I want to not connect with. That's a horrible choice, but a character that I want to know more about. And as you see in Black Panther now by T.C. Coates, it's a strong character. I want to know a little bit more of the past.
I'm going to choose mainly because there's a lot I can pick here. There's a lot I could say and justify, but I am most curious about because I know absolutely nothing about it. Prodigy number 1 from Mark Miller and Raphael Albuquerque. I'm curious to see what this book is about, how it looks. Obviously, the cover, I really love that cover. I am really curious about this book because I didn't even know this was coming out until I looked at these solicits. So that'll be my pick, I think. If anything, it's going to surprise me. Either way, either being bad or being good. Who knows? Alex, speaking of not getting together, last week we had a storm, and this week, how's it looking for us?
This week's going to be better. I mean, as you saw today, if you're outside, some flurries, not a lot. No snow was really settling on the ground. There's already some white stuff there, but it was never staying. Ground was warm enough. We're going to get a little cooler come Thursday, Friday, so you're going to have some time to read those books. The weekend's going to get a little nicer. And, of course, when I say nicer, I mean above 25 degrees. That's top notch right there. That's when you go put that bathing suit back on. Go swimming in that frozen lake.
28 degrees. That means bathing suit weather. Garrett's not here, so I will tell you about the streets today. He's normally our road guy. I'm your street guy because I'm more street smart than he is. Out on the streets, the word is that the comics this week will be gone as soon as possible. A lot of good stuff out there. Make sure you get in there as soon as possible and picking up those books. You got a lot to choose from. New number ones. If you're trying to jump into comics or try to get something new, a lot of stuff that is a number one, but still with a returning character. Killmonger, Winter Soldier, Defenders books. You can pick those up too. Or you can continue. You've been reading Doomsday Clock, Immortal Hulk. A lot to choose from this week. A lot of good and a lot of good chances of a lot of great books coming out this week. And we'll tell you more on this week's show. But for right now, my name is Marvin.
I'm Alex.
I'm Garrett.
Sorry. Hey, everyone. Keep reading those books.